Welcome back, everybody. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Aaron.
This is our show, Crypto Cosm, where I talk about the astrological forecasts.
And I bring you your daily crypto news.
News today.
News today. We got one I'm really excited about. We got one. It's the business model I'm most excited about, and we've seen all of these new exchanges come out, but this one strikes me as different.
Different is good.
Different is good, and we want different. We're in the crypto space. This crypto space in general is different moving forward here, and this one really is taking a giant leap forward. So, localcoinswap.com.
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 Tell me about localcoinswap.com.
Is a person-to-person coin exchange. Not just a coin exchange, but their smart contracts are set up where you and I or anybody all over the world, regardless of your geographical location, can trade any type of payment method for any coin that they have allowable on their platform, which is huge. So Coinbase is, you got your four. Of course, it's going to take some time to roll some more out. But and then you have a lot of these ones like Binance and Bitfinex and all these other ones that are just coin exchanges. So there's a huge gap in the marketplace where you could actually use fiat
to buy
crypto, and not just crypto or 1, 2, or 3 cryptos like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, but any crypto that they have to offer, which is going to be huge in this space moving forward.
So let's start right there. How many coins or tokens are they looking to put on the platform?
Well, to start, they have a roadmap that's been released, and it looks like the end of 2018 they're going to be deploying their platform.
At the end of this year.
Yep, and they're going to have a minimum of 10 coins on the platform, and they say they're going to be
right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
I like that.
So we're already 2.5 times the amount of coins that are on Coinbase right now, which is fantastic. Next, I was reading through their white paper. Gotta love those white papers. This one is actually very, very user-friendly, so I actually enjoyed reading it. But there was a couple things that I had to go back through and reread because it's so different from what I've been seeing before, which was most enjoyable. So their coin is their crypto shares. Crypto shares. So looking at it in a more evolved nature than just a coin, but a crypto share. Now, what comes to your mind when you think of shares?
A lot of things. One, the bartering, just sharing something and you share something back with me. I mean, I guess is the essence of sharing, or just like a Facebook share.
Facebook share. Well,
I like the first one a bit better.
Well, we have on the other side of that kind of our traditional shares, where shareholders of companies are paid dividends. So local CoinSwap is going to be targeting 80% of their profits being paid out to individuals who are crypto shareholders. 80%.
So break that down again.
80%. So we have 20% of the profits that they're getting from this platform is going to be split up for administration, security, marketing, things like that.
All right.
But 80%, 80%.
It's a big number.
That's a huge number.
It's a big number.
Like, all reading through this white paper, I was going through and I'm like, that's amazing, that's amazing, that's amazing. I'm like, these guys really must be into the crypto world themselves, not just, a developer here and a marketer here. I'm like, all of these guys I feel like have walked this walk already. And then at the end of the white paper it said, created out of our own needs. And I was like, that is beautiful. Like, that's what I'm waiting to see, are these next generation platforms where we take all the problems that we have and we start fixing them. We start making them better.
Well, we're certainly here, aren't we? I mean, we are there. We're in the make new kind of category right now, where ideas are kind of flocking through, and it's just like, okay, this is the future. How are we gonna branch it and get there? Let's build this bridge so not just ourselves, but everyone can get to the other side where it's green and plush and
Absolutely.
Coinalicious.
Now keep in mind, this is a non-sponsored deep dive of this coin, so we aren't getting paid anything here. Personally, right now, I am not invested. Their ICO is going on right now, and just within the last week, they're already at close to 50% of their $20 million cap.
What are they going for right now per?
I think right around 5 cents.
Around 5 cents.
So they're looking for this $20 million cap, which is not excessive. They're not going out trying to raise $100 to $200 million and just getting all the money they can. They're really respectively looking at what do we need to get up and going, and let's go do it.
Let's go do it.
Which is fantastic. So thumbs up for that. And going through this, there are so many other features that are like, I really can't wait to see how this is going to play out. And we spoke about other coins and being set up in some of the crypto shares, but not as a whole like this. So the crypto shareholders are going to have voting rights. They're going to be able to vote on new venture projects that the company decides to take, depending on how their ICO does, by the way. Depending on how much money they take, and if they reach their hard cap, they're going to have new venture projects all ready to be voted on right off of the bat. So they are ready to hit the ground running.
I mean, these all sound like good things. Now, is this company also, like Binance? They have what? Say the name one more time for us.
Localcoinswap.com.
Is there going to be a local coin swap, an LCS or whatever coin that you can purchase right from them, or is it just trading my own money for the bigger coins?
Well, the crypto shares are the coins itself.
That is the coin
So
itself.
that is the coin itself, but it's almost an evolved look at the coin.
Okay.
So when they are paying out their dividends on the basis that they do that, you will be able to take your crypto shares, as they call them.
Okay.
And
making sense.
Transfer them into other cryptos if you want. If you want Monero, or if you want Litecoin, or if you want Bitcoin, you're able, and you are 100% guaranteed the rights to these dividends, as stated in their white papers.
Gotcha.
And you can trade those in for the cryptos that you want. Now,
so the more I invest in this company now, once other folks start coming in and trading on their platform, it actually benefits me to be a part of their trading platform?
That is correct.
Local coin swap. It's making sense.
That is correct.
All right.
So we've got dividends getting paid out. We've got voting rights. We've got, so they're starting off with the 10 coins. Now, as they're going to have the lineup with coins to, just like Coinbase, they got a waiting list of, hey, these are the coins that we're probably everybody is talking about them.
And I love that these guys are taking their time right now. I mean, obviously we wish there was like that one say it all be all kind of like, I can go here and purchase anything that I want, but it doesn't really exist.
That's right.
We kind of want it, but I definitely don't mind having some of these like little more restrictions saying like, okay, we're going to be a little choosy in which companies we're going to business bed with, All right, awesome. So
the coins that are in the waiting list, the shareholders are going to be able to vote on what comes out next.
Ah,
so
I like that.
We're putting the power in the people's hands. It's going to retain the value of the actual coin itself, which is huge. You get perks, you get paid out for holding the coins. It's going to make for a very strong foundation. You've got the P2P trading.
Peer-to-peer, baby.
You don't need all these know your customer verifications. You can hop on this exchange. It's going to be similar to, just in the way of logging on and being able to trade, similar to EtherDelta. Way different from EtherDelta from many different perspectives. I'm not even going to go there. But just being able to go there and start trading is fantastic.
Gotcha.
Especially, we're having more and more rules and regulations on these centralized exchanges, really coming down hard on those. So I think the decentralized exchanges are going to have a great leg up, and especially in parts of the world where those centralized exchanges aren't allowed. If you're from Guam, or if you're from, Madagascar or New Zealand, anywhere you can access the internet, you're able to trade.
That's pretty...
Which is huge.
Yeah.
That's another big issue. I think Coinbase, the last I checked, it was only available in like 38 countries. Granted, that was 3 or 4 months ago, so I'm sure that could have changed by now. I know they're schmoozing with people in
shaking hands with the world right now. Yeah.
So they're growing, but it's another one of those gaps to be filled. And these guys have, so many different perspectives on where the issues are. They're trying to take advantage to all of these different pieces, and I think that's going to be great for their growth. I really do. Another piece another perk, I should say, of being a crypto shareholder for localcoinswap.com is that they are going to allow ICOs to come to their platform and allow their coins to be sold through their platform.
Now that's interesting. That's real interesting.
What's more interesting is that the ICOs that they do get to come through their services, they're going to basically, the requirements of them coming on their platform for their service is they're going to have to give the shareholders airdrops of their coins. So if you think about it, like if you're a Bitcoin holder, right? All of the forks that happen in Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin God, Bitcoin Dark, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. I mean, there's like, I don't even know how many. And every time you hold your Bitcoin, you get dropped coins. Well, in a similar nature, we're not forking here, but if the ICOs are coming onto this platform to utilize the services, they're going to be taking a portion of their coins and airdropping them to the shareholders, which is another bonus. So we got bonus here, we got bonus. There's lots of bonuses.
And this doesn't come out to the end of the year?
Their ICO's going on right now. Their full service, their full trading platform is end of 2018. So they've got some time.
Getting me excited.
I'm getting excited too. The business model as a whole, by the people for the people. That's just what keeps coming to mind.
It's very futuristic. It's very Aquarian.
And
it's very Age of Aquarian.
And that's what I think, like, for me personally, it gives the users and the individuals ownership in what they're doing. It makes it's an automatic
it's an incentive to be behind a company. I mean, that's literally what we need right now. It's just like, you know, loyalty. I feel like loyalty has been lost in the business world a long time ago, and it's just like, you know, who can get a leg up on somebody else, or, you know, if you're replaceable. So there's like, you know, if everyone's looked at as replaceable, there's not a whole lot of incentive to be a part of a company. It's just like, well, I'm not, you know, if I'm not the whatever, like you're saying, if you hold shares in the company, there's an incentive to stay there longer, and you know, obviously, I like what they're saying. So now let's talk about like trust, and do you see any kind of red flags going on with any of this stuff? That's just like, you know, like we just talked about, you know, the other day we had a little coin review, and it was like, boom, red flag right here. If our product ever gets made, you know, it's like, do you see anything like that?
No, I haven't yet. I guess the biggest, one of the biggest things that came to me, now I want to look at the negatives as well as the positives, is when I looked at the team. Now, let me finish my whole sentence before anybody jumps to conclusions. When I looked at the team, half the team was very, very young.
Okay.
Right out of college, it seemed like. And while their experience might be lacking, maybe in the professional world, or having 10 to 20 years and being the powerhouse all-star players, you know, like, oh, we have this CTO from Alibaba coming. We're in a different kind of product, different kind of setup.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
So we're not looking to make a $2 trillion company like Alibaba. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they're breaking out here for. But half the team was on the younger side, and the experience, to me, right off the bat, looked a little lacking. However,
it's a different world.
However, the passion...
The breeding tech genius is young these days.
The passion that backs up this project and the way that they are attacking some of these problems, I feel like their heart and soul is in it. And
which
I'm getting chills
sometimes can really outweigh 20 years of experience, because sometimes that 20 years of experience builds you up with, you know, your brick and mortar, and you're on the inside saying, well, this is how it has to be done.
Exactly.
And sometimes, you know, it's like these younger, you know, the younger generation is like, yeah, well, we thought about it a different way than you did. We're not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but we're making a whole new wheel. It's like, I dig that.
And I have a lot of respect for that. So the passion behind this project and the way that they're going about addressing a lot of these major gaps in the marketplace and building this community for the people, I think is going to be huge. And for me as an investor, you know, you talk about every dollar is a vote.
Absolutely.
This, regardless if I even use the services right off the bat, just because I may or may not have need them, the project and the platform, I believe in. And I want to see this business model succeed, not only here, but in many other areas. Fantastic.
I like that.
Fantastic. So I will definitely be dropping some of my own money within this, specifically just for the business platform.
I mean, that's where we're trying to go with this. We're trying to get to more peer-to-peer ideas. We're trying to get more of this decentralized, you know. And I mean, the young thing, it doesn't, like, I definitely, you know, see that it doesn't bother me at all. And it's just like When I first started looking on some YouTube videos about Bitcoin, they were like 13-year-olds living in their mom's house. Like you could see, you know what I mean? Like Dylan's room hanging in the background. And it was just like, dude, whoa. And it brought me in. I was just like, the younger generation knows about this and they're over here trading $1,000, $10,000 trades like it's nothing, like pogs, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, clearly talking about pogs, and like those to us were valuable, but just like, no, they had really no value. Like these pogs are for keeps, you know what I mean? These guys know what's going on. So
absolutely.
Now, I love it.
In my day job, I work for an extremely large corporation, which will remain nameless at this point in time, but an extremely large corporation that has been around for quite some time. And the pace that this company moves at,
a local coin swap.
No, the company that I work for,
Okay.
the company that I work for is ridiculously slow. The employee retention there is super, super high. So you have individuals there that are going on 40, 45 years of experience and things like that. So just another way when I look at it, and I'm coming in there and I'm the young gun, personally. I do a lot of software redesign, things like that. And I'm the ball of radical thinking in the bunch. And when I look at local coin swaps team, that's what I envision them. I envision them as this radical group that has an idea. They're like, you know what? This is the way that it should be. This is the way that we want it to be. And this is how we're going to make it.
So let's go ahead and do it.
And that to me, it hits me right here. It hits me
right in the feels, man.
I hope you guys get everything that's coming to you so far and in the future. So another bonus, another bonus, crypto shareholders.
It's Christmas.
Also, not only the airdrops for the ICOs that come onto this platform to use these services, but shareholders are going to be entitled as another requirement of having that ICO on their platform to discounts to that ICO, special discounts that may or may not be offered to other individuals.
That's pretty awesome in itself. So it's more incentives. And now, do we? Let's say I'm not invested as well in this ICO. I'm just assuming I will be. So I'm saying we for this, general simplicity. So if we, the people invested in this, do we get any sort of say over what ICOs come in? Now you said we do for what coins that are greenlit for the market, as well as with the ICOs, or is that a little bit too?
I don't think it was directly mentioned in the white paper, and if it was, I could have missed it. But it seems to me like that would be something that would also be considered in terms of having those voting rights.
That's cool.
So I don't want to say yes or no one way for sure.
Fair enough.
Now, Tom Underwood, the CFO of Local Coin Swap, did reach out to us and propose this, and I was like, yeah, well, let's see what you guys got going on. And we were trying to set up an interview for today, actually, given the quality restraints that we had. We wanted to make sure everything was tip-top. So unfortunately, that interview is a little further out. But we do look forward to bringing him here and or Skyping him in and being able to ask him some of these more detailed questions, as I have some questions of my own as well. Now, they're also looking at building in a social media platform built into this exchange, which I wonder how that's going to look. Now, if you've used things like EtherDelta or, I'm sorry, not EtherDelta, I think Cosm, I think some of the other decentralized exchanges, they have like, I don't know if I'd go social media platform, but they have chat rooms.
Like a Steemit, how they have their own?
So you have like the whole trading platform like you would like a normal Binance or a normal Coinbase, but in the corner of whatever exchange that you're in, it's just like a general chat room. And what
I see, like a forum kind of chat,
like a
basically.
Forum.
Okay.
And one of the questions in my mind is how I saw this social outlet plug in this platform was there was a lot of room for individuals to play the pump and dump game. Now, as a platform being built by the people for the people, one of my questions to Tom would be, how do you guys foresee that playing into some of the trading? Do you feel like it's going to skew some of the coins in a negative way if we introduce this social media outlet to this, or is there going to be a way that we can combat that? And I would love to hear his thoughts on how that's going to be set up and on how that's actually going to play out in the future.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And one of the last features that I really, really enjoyed reading about as well was that they say 95% of the crypto on the trading platform is going to be stored offline. Cold storage offline. Which means
less hacks, less potential for, threats, scams, all those things that we've been talking about for the past month on the show, because every day there seems to be a new one.
That's huge.
I scratched my ear and I lost all of my money out of my coin exchange.
So when we had however many millions and millions and millions of dollars ripped out of Mt. Gox, it's because the centralized exchanges hold all the private keys. They're basically in control of the password of your account, which, you know what, doesn't sound like a great idea. So
it's decentralized money that somebody else has the key to my bank vault for?
Exactly. That's that centralized piece. So here
seems rather oxymoronic.
Here we have, and this is one of the questions that I can't wait for him to chime in on later, is how those smart contracts are going to be handled. So you and I want to make a trade, and I want to trade my money for your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
What price?
Okay, I want to trade my Bitcoin for your money. I know you like Bitcoin more than money. So basically, we agree on how that's going to happen, and then the smart contract in between us, the smart technology, basically waits for both of the funds on whatever medium that you're looking for and lock it into the contract to make sure it's correct. Once it's correct, then it releases it to each of us simultaneously.
And then it's off in my own private thing, or it's off in their own private? Is it their cloud, my cloud, a shared cloud?
Well, that's why I wanted to know about what that would look like in terms of this offline wallet storage while these funds are in the smart contract. So if I put a bid out there, I want to sell this much Bitcoin for this much money. So my Bitcoin goes to the smart contract, and in this medium space, it being stored offline, which is fantastic. So now if the exchange is going to get hacked or anything like that, that's the big points of having that decentralized exchange. Is it's now person to person. It's not all going through this one centralized system, the single point of failure or the single point of attack or whatever, however you want to look at it.
It's starting to make a lot more sense here.
So looking forward to seeing how these legal restrictions are also moved in and around too with that decentralized exchange and what that looks like. So Tom, I can't wait till we actually get you on the show and ask you some more of these deep dive questions as we're moving forward here.
So as of right now, when we're comparing local coin swap to Coinbase or Binance or Robinhood or whatever, what else is even coming close to this? What else is even knocking on the same door? What else is rowing in the same boat? Are these guys alone in their own ship? I mean, are they so far out there? You know what I mean? Like, who else is doing this?
Now, I think we're seeing some pieces of these being addressed by other companies in some forms, but having a full business model that's basically built for the users. I mean, these guys are the users. These guys are the ones that use this stuff every day. They've got advanced traders that have been trading online for years in the crypto space. So they're no strangers to the problems that they're having, and what types of bonuses would we like to see as users as of this technology.
Right.
So I think having that as the forefront of their development team and their development design is going to lead them to a point where they're going to be much further than the rest of the competition. So
now, what about even Ethos? There's been a lot of promises. Now, they're kind of seem to be another one that's just like, well, we're going to have every coin available, like what we talked about in the beginning of this episode. But is it, is it still so far off? Is it still the? I mean, we're still on the same boat as everybody else, essentially, yeah?
Well, that's all going, yes. In that essence, they're still in the development phase. So, yes, you are absolutely correct. We haven't seen, and obviously they're not going to come out with, 5,000 or 500 coins right off the bat.
Right. I mean, we've all been looking forward to them for quite some time, and this has been another one, you know, similar to what we talked about with Virgil. They're just like, well, what happened, guys? Where did you go? We loved you.
You know, and I'm wondering what they're going to be doing with, so we have these, you know, they as a team have a vision for new business ventures already, depending on how well their ICO does. Well, what if the users wanted to see 10 more coins instead of a new project? I mean, what type of leeway we're going to have over, you know, venturing out into new projects or giving us more of what we've already talked about in terms of more coins, more fluidity in the market and things of that nature. So definitely some things to think about.
So local coin swap is giving us peer-to-peer trading, offline storage. We're getting voting rights to the new coins beyond the initial 10 that come in.
Correct.
There was something else good. Some ICO, we got ICO bonuses.
Airdrops from ICOs that offer their coins on their platform. Entitled to discounts from the ICO offerings. Social media platform built into the exchange.
Which hopefully that's a lot better than, oh man,
so
these forums.
So their ICO's capped. Their ICO's capped at 100 million coins.
100 million coins.
100 million coins, $20 million cap. So going through this, we see that 80% once they're up and running is going to be paid out as dividends. 20% so far. That's the estimated allocation. Of course, that could change as things move. And, you know, we got to have a ballpark and be able to start somewhere. But you know, so far I haven't. I mean, looking at their team, other than some of the experience might be lacking in some of the areas, I think it's going to be made up for.
We're hoping that they're made up for, in the other areas.
Hoping it's going to be made up for and just pure passion from this project because it looks like it was built, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, by the people for it. It just keeps coming up in my mind.
And those are the words, again, that's, you know, and I've kept my mouth shut for a lot of this stuff here as far as the astrology goes, but I mean, that is the future. That's the way of Aquarius that we're headed to. That's, you know, the new paradigm, this shift out of this patriarchy as one person's the head of the table. And that, you know, that hurts all of us, like what happened on the 12th. But I think it was the 12th when Mt. Gox pulled out. It's just like that. And it drew a huge amount of like uncertainty in the market. We don't have to go down that rabbit hole, but it did. You know, there was a lot of like uncertainty and fear. It's just like, no, there's a lot of us, and I wholeheartedly know this is the currency of the future. Which exact token, which exact coin, that is still to be determined. But it's just like, this is the new way of the future. So opening up these ideas and you know, more for the people, by the people kind of stuff. And to me, if it's driven by people who have experience, it's just like sometimes it's what we find out that we don't want, you know, propels us toward what we do want.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's just like if these are guys that have been trading and they're like running into this roadblock here and this roadblock here, but they're like, I know how to do this, you know, in a different way.
We applaud you.
Yeah, seriously, 4 thumbs up right here. And how we do every episode.
Oh,
And a little positivity.
Let's do a little true wisdom for the day. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And localcoinswap.com, I think you guys know why, and you're heading in a great direction, and I can't wait to see how these things play out.
We love it.
Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget to hit that notification button.
The dot and the button, the whole nine.
The bell on the bottom so you don't miss a beat. Here on
Crypto Cosm.